right, on the hunt for a second time for artesian water. Some of my Ontonagon friends have told me where an artesian spring is, so we're gonna try again. It's not easy to find, but we do find it. Going to check out Adventure Mine, but not going down in the mine, just looking. This place is really cool and I recommend it, even though we ended up having a bad thing happen. So at the beginning of this, I'm going to show you a bit of the mine. Actually not going in the mine, but there's a nice hiking trail that, again, I recommend. But this ended up with my friend's dog getting hurt, and after I show you that cool stuff, we realize the dog is injured, and it's going to be about finding and taking the dog to the vet to get it all checked out. Disclaimer here at the beginning for anybody that would be worried. It's much, much later now, and the dog is doing very well, doing fine, acting like nothing happened to it at all. But at the time, it was a little concerning, to say the least. But I hope you enjoy the mine hike. They have a few hiking trails around Adventure Mine, which I suggest taking them. We took a mile and a half hike. This is really cool. Free bikes for people to borrow. They think of everything. And again, it's a beautiful fall day, and we just really had a good time other than the dog. There was no one else on the trail, so it was an opportunity to let the dog be off leash and have a good time, and things turned not so great. So I guess that's an ice cave where they stored all their ice in the summer. That's pretty cool. I guess this is a mine shaft, and you can really feel the cold coming out of there. Really cold. 8 degrees. And up there too. Walk up here and feel the cold. Yeah. They might have gone in through here, and it is friggin' cold. You take the mine tour, you better dress for it. That is the powder house. I guess dynamite for the mines. That looks like a Bel Air from the 50s, but I don't know. Supposedly a Model T down there too. A few cars. There's the hood of a Model T. There's part of the rest of the Model T. They told us it was here. They didn't lie. You could restore that. Might be worth some money. She chased Chippy into the Model T, and that's where she cut her leg. There's even a raging waterfall. It's a babbling brook. All right. Their tours are $28 for adults, $15 for one tour, $65 for another tour. And the captain's tour, which is 5 to 6 hours, is $280. We did a mile hike. It was free. But a really cool place. A lot of free stuff. They had free bikes you could borrow and all kinds of stuff. Nice place. I think I showed you this coming in, but it's still pretty. I'll look to see which one came out better. At this point, we'd noticed a couple drops of blood, but it looked just like a little scratch, nothing major, so she wasn't bothered by it or favoring the leg, so we just carried on like she was fine. She wasn't. Do you have any first aid stuff at the RV?
Not for dogs.
stitches, even if you just wrapped it, you know, to compress it. On for water. We think we got it this time. It has to be the one that says Baraga, because there's two junctions. We did find the water, and I'll show you in another video where that is, but that's where we noticed there was more blood than we initially thought. Decided to take her back to the RV to check it out, and then realized we needed to get her to the vet. When she jumped out of the car back at the RV, we noticed when she sat in the grass that there was a lot of blood. So we made a makeshift bandage, called the vet clinic back, and here we go trying to get her looked at. And I say, well, it's bleeding a little bit, and you're saying, well, it's bleeding a lot. Well, you were just telling me to downplay it before. So I was trying to downplay it a little bit. Probably not good for me to laugh, but I try to lessen stressful situations. That bandage is pretty red, so it's still on there. So if you go to the UP, you're going to learn one thing. Everything's a long ways away. The nearest vet, I think this was 35 or 40 miles, and it was out in the middle of the country, and not as easy to find as one would think, but we did find it. Sorry this happened to you, Curly.
It's my fault.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Good dog mom wouldn't allow this to happen. A good dog mom wouldn't allow this to happen.
Good dog mom wouldn't let a dog have fun and be pulling its goddamn neck every time it looked at something. It's not your fault.
I'm not blaming myself.
I know you're not.
But it is my fault, but I'm not blaming myself.
Right. Obviously, on a crowded trail, you do put your dog on a leash. Here we're trying to find the way to go. But we were on a trail all by ourselves, and the dog loves to chase chipmunks and squirrels, so you gotta let a dog live a little. Hey Zoe, I think that Chippy won. So we made it to Deep Woods Veterinary Services, and everybody there, including the vet and the techs, were all awesome. They even cut half of the emergency fee off. The dog's in getting checked by the vet. It was bleeding pretty good. So I'm here at the vet. I'm by myself. The dog is inside. My friend's dog is inside because when we were at that mine chasing chippies, all those neat old cars, well, she cut her leg and was bleeding pretty good. Did our best to bandage it up and brought it to the vet. When we get here, we're here for a while. My friend realized she doesn't have a purse with her. And this won't be cheap, you know. You automatically got to pay an emergency call visit, so that's like 170 bucks. But I sent her back to go get her purse, and I'm waiting here. So it's gonna take her at least an hour to get there and back. So the dog's inside, hopefully doing well. It's pretty here. Not hopefully, the dog seems to be okay. All right, I'll update you. I stayed behind to be used as collateral. One of my Ontonagon friend's niece actually works at this clinic, so that helped. But the dog ended up having to stay overnight so they could make sure that they got the bleed to stop, which they did. And this is a little stop on the way back that was pretty that we decided to look at. And my friend was struggling because, you know, when you have to leave a pet overnight in a strange area, it's kind of tough, but it all worked out as best you could hope. P.S. Take time to look and read these signs and look at the beautiful pictures as I talk about an actual good experience with a vet. They were so nice and so helpful. P.S. Anybody in YouTube land, do you know what these things are? They were at this roadside rest? No clue. But I hope you enjoyed. And again, the dog is fine. And since then, everybody's having a great and wonderful day.